Hi friends, I'm coming back to you again to do my lock journey, my 5-year lock journey. I made this video a few days ago, but as some of you may have noticed, there was no sound. So I've got my sound going and I'm gonna do the video again. So here we go. My hair is 5 years old, probably like 5.5. Five. Let's stick to five. I started it in 20. I started this set of locks in 2011, September 2011. So it's five and however many months. Um, I started my first set of locks in 2009. I can't remember the month, but I started it back in the day. Cut them. Maybe that'll be another video. So I started again as soon as my hair was long enough to start locks again. I started this set with 2-strand twists. I did the parts myself and just went with it, went with the journey. I knew kind of what to expect the second time around. I made them a bit smaller than my first set of locks, but they're still pretty thick. So I'm happy with the thickness. A few of them have had to combine, um, and some of them are getting thin. So it's been a journey and it still continues to be a journey. But back to the beginning, I started, like I said, with 2-strand twists. Um, why did I start growing locks? I started because um, I had I think in probably even in high school is when I went natural. This was years ago. And this was me being one of like maybe 4 black people in my school. So it was a real journey to even go natural in the first place. But I just knew that I wanted to not hide anymore, not have to perm. I hated perming my hair. Like I hated the grease and sitting under a hair dryer and the scabs. Like it was just, I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Like it's not enjoyable. My hair didn't really take to perm anyway. Um, you know, and so I was like, if it's not gonna look how I'm trying to get it to look and having all this damage, why not just let my hair be how it is? Like, why not just finally accept it and see beauty in it? Because I was tired of struggling it and trying to hide it and hate it, um, and wishing it to be something else, you know? So it was a very freeing thought. Like, you know what? Why don't I just like it? Like, no one can tell you not to. And so I started to wear my hair natural. I would do a lot of braids and stuff still, but yeah, it was natural underneath, and I never went back to a perm. Actually, I shouldn't say never. I remember going to Ghana once after I'd been natural, and they permed my hair. I was vexed because they wouldn't braid it if it was a perm. They were like grumbling about it. But this was again when I was like 16. So after that, I never permed it again. So to locks now, I started seeing people. First, my sister had locks, and she was like, "Nana, you should get locks. They're so cute." And the hairs are really nice. They were really small. I wasn't interested at the time. I wanted my loose fro. I had discovered shea butter and how shea butter and afro hair is like peanut butter and jelly. Like they go so well together. So I was happy with it like that. But then some years later, I started, I think, from watching YouTube and seeing people with locks, and a whole nother world opened up to me. um, I was just seeing how people had different styles, so many different styles, and you know how people do those montages, like just like locked beauties or locked goddesses or whatever. How to just let those play. People had short locks, free form, maintain, like everything, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like this is A, beautiful, and B, so versatile. So I was just struck by how these women and men, but it's mostly women, had embraced their hair and how it just looked so different and beautiful and funky and sophisticated. I was like, okay, cool. I can do this to my hair. I want to get there. So I started these 2-strand twists. There's a video up about that, about when it was really, really short. And it's just amazing the growth that it has experienced from then until now. I think the first year or maybe 2, I really paid attention to it. You know, you're always like, I was always twisting and looking for that Jamaican mango and lime gel, um, just wanting to do something to it to make them become locks, but it really is time. Like it's just time and sometimes a little bit of twisting, but yeah, just time. Um, so yeah, products, like I said, I was using Jamaican mango and lime, but I didn't use that. I don't think I used that at all with my second set. I realized that my hair, for some reason, my head was always really sensitive to product. and that was one of the struggles I had as a kid because I felt like I always had dandruff, but it was actually just residue from product, like putting too much product on my scalp. You know how we grease our scalp, and my head was like, no, like get this off of me. I don't want this. So over the years, even with locks, I realized that the fewer products I use on it, the better. So I just use my spray bottle. Let's see if I have it. Yeah, it's right here. This is what I use to twist my hair and maintain it in between. It's water, mostly water, and you can see a line at the top, which is olive oil. And then I have a bit of peppermint oil in there for scent. Um, yeah, this is what I use, and I just keep refilling it. Mostly, I just keep refilling water. Like I don't always do all the three ingredients, and it's been the best thing. I've experienced so much less buildup on my scalp since having locks and since minimizing the product that I use on my locks. So I'm just really happy. I've been really happy with it. In the beginning, it was a struggle. There were times I was just like, I don't look pretty. Like, I just didn't look as cute as they wanted to look. Um, and that was just something I had to deal with, and deal with and talk myself out of. And sometimes I wore a wig. I don't wear a wig that frequently, but I had a couple wigs. Like that was the first time in my life that I rocked wigs. So I was like, okay, I had one like big curly one and one straight one that was kind of like to here. I got them both in Toronto. I thought they were cute, but that didn't last for long. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the story of how I started and why I started. Um, this is how long they are right now. Yes, I love them. I'm happy with them. A couple funny things. Like when I cut my last set, I was like, okay, my next locks are gonna be much neater. I'm gonna do them in rows so that I could do these nice styles, and you can see the rows. Because the last ones, I just picked pieces of hair and two strand twisted them. Um, and so this one, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do them in rows, and they're gonna be smaller. So they were a bit smaller. They were in rows. They weren't the neatest rows still because I did it myself, but they were in rows. But what's funny or ironic, I guess, is that I don't do styles. Like I do a few, but nothing as intricate as I imagined that I would have before. I like to let my roots just not be pulled too tightly, so I don't do a lot of those like fancy updos or pulling. And I like the thickness of roots. I know I've gone between wanting to twist and wanting the thick root look. So if I could have both and make a twist and it would still look thick and full, I would do that. I just twisted them not too long ago, maybe about a week now. So it's funny. I don't twist them really hard, so you can't. It's still not really defined, but you can just see that the root is thinner or tighter. Okay, that's not a good example. How about this one? Oh, okay, that one's okay. It's twisted. Okay, here's one. Look at this one. See? So yeah, the twist lasts for I don't know. I don't even really pay attention that much, but like maybe 10 days or so, and then it starts growing out, which is fine with me. I like how I look. I feel like I look presentable. I'm gonna do a video after this about locks, how I wear my hair to work. But yeah, I'm happy with my hair. I'm very happy with my hair. So I went through a little bit of insecure times where when it was shorter and just I can't do anything with it. So I would just try to interlock it back. So at least it looked like it was a style. Commentary from family. My mother, my mom she likes them now, but she would always say like when they're short, she's like, when they're short, it's difficult. It's hard for me. It's hard for me. Like as in they're not cute when it's short. Um, yeah, my dad. I don't know if he really saw. He made comment once, like, "Oh, you need to tighten your hair, like redo your hair or something." I'm not sure if he knew. I don't know, like if it was locks or braids or something. But he just noticed that my roots were. I still think they look good, and yeah. So nothing, no real negative comments from family. Not that bad anyway. I know when I was getting married, before I was getting married, my mom, I had my first set, and my mom had wanted me to, like, wondered if I was gonna keep them for my wedding. I kind of wanted me to cut them. I did cut them. although not for my wedding because I didn't know that I was getting married at the time that I cut them. Yeah, again, like I said, that's another video because this is already getting long. But you will have to face like negative commentary sometimes. But at that point, I already knew that this was what I wanted and what my end goal was, and that I would get there, and that even on the way there, I still, I still looked nice. I could still look professional. Um, and it's been definitely worth the journey. It's been worth everything that I've, all the time. And I would just encourage anybody, if they're wanting to start locks, you can ask me questions. YouTube, as you know, has a wealth of examples of what to do and how to start and how to maintain or how to not maintain and everything like that. So it's been 5 years. I don't do much right now for maintenance. I twist. I don't know. I don't really have a set schedule. Like once a month. I try not to twist. I used to twist every 2 weeks for my first set. The set, like I said, I don't want thin roots. Some of them are already getting a little bit thin. So I think like once a month is the best in what I'm trying to do. So I've already done them for 2017 because I did it in December, but I'm not going to do them this month. I will leave it at that, my friends. If you have any questions, let me know and I can do follow-up videos. But I hope your new year is off to a wonderful start. Thank you so much for your patience for me. I know it take a long time in between videos. Before I go, I'll show you quickly some new Loc jewelry. I just got this at a hair store. Isn't that cute? Can you see it? It's a crown. Okay, y'all. I'm done there. Okay. Thanks for watching and send me a message. Bye.